Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 4 of the semester. Just want to give you a quick overview of what we'll be covering this week. And then, as always, just email me with any questions you might have. So this week, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to transition from lesson planning into thinking about assessment. So how do we assess and evaluate actual student progress? Um, and so those will be the main sort of areas we'll be transitioning to. And then we're also going to continue to work through some principles of visual design. And there's a couple really helpful video tutorials that'll walk you through principles of visual design. So for your readings this week, primarily on looking at concepts and principles of visual design from Lannon and Gurok, chapter 12. And then in the realm of assessment, there's a reading on using rubrics to develop grading criteria. So how do we actually effectively measure ways to determine whether a student or a group of students successfully learned what they were supposed to learn? So midweek activity, you'll see, I will walk you through the midweek activity. So let's just go to module 4. So you'll see a variety of due assignments right here at the very beginning. And you can see these are indented. So these 4 are sort of children of this parent. But I would highly recommend it just walking through each of these in chronological order. So start with assessment activity, read through the prompt, download all of the documents, and then make your way through the different pages. So there's the gut check assessment, there's the holistic rubric, and then there is the analytic rubric. So make sure you're reading through those very carefully. And then you'll actually complete this discussion post, which is graded. This is worth 100 points. Okay, so that's your midweek activity. That's everything that can be found in these 5 Canvas pages. So again, I would work through those chronologically. Then I'll ask you to watch this assessment rubrics video and read through this assessment rubrics assignment description. So this will be your third major project worth, I believe, 20% of your grade, but let me confirm that before I tell you wrong. Yep, 20% of your grade. So your lesson plan's worth 15. The third project is worth 20% of your grade. And so this week you'll just be introduced to this project. So the main thing you'll be responsible for is just knowing what the project is, what you're responsible for, etc. So make sure you watch that. And then the end of week activity is going to focus on creating technical graphics. So the assignment itself will have several files attached to it. And so you'll make sure you download all of these files. And then there are 4 videos that also go along with this technical graphics section of the module. There's 4 videos. They're all done by our department chair, Ryan Becker. And Dr. Becker has done a great job sort of walking through some of the basic principles of tables, charts, bar charts, pie charts, and pictographs. So some of the main sort of technical graphics that you would use and the main technical graphics that you would teach your students to use. Okay. Okay, so the last thing you'll be responsible for this week in this week's module is going to be the LinkedIn profile headline and summary assignment. And this is actually a major assignment. And let me just quickly show you. It's worth 5% of your total grade. Versus, for example, your style lesson plan, which is worth 15% of your total grade. So just based on that alone, you can see it's not a huge assignment, but it is worth putting some time and effort into. And then, so I want you to thoroughly read the assignment description. This is assignment that you would be assigning to all of your students if you are teaching TECM 2700. So make sure you're reading the assignment description, which is linked. as well as taking a look at the example um, headlines and summaries. Okay, so the headline, let me just point out what's what. The headline is this part right here. It can be 120 characters, I believe. So this is our headline. As we can see, Dr. Becker's associate professor, department chair, content analyst, etc. So we want to put keywords, words that we think future employers or people looking at a profile would also use. So we want to avoid sort of jargony words here. We want to use words that resonate with our audience. And then if you scroll down to the About section, this is the About section for Dr. Becker, but it is a short summary of yourself as a job candidate, yourself as a professional. And it's not simply a recounting or retelling of your resume, but it's styled and organized to appeal specifically to an audience of recruiters or people that are looking to hire folks in your field. So keep that in mind. And so you can see examples. I've posted examples and you can read those on your own. So that's worth 5% of your grade. If you already have a LinkedIn profile, headline and summary, that's great. Make sure you're reading the rubric and adjusting, altering, editing your existing profile to best fit the rubric. And then finally, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you can create one, or you can simply create a headline and summary in a Word document and upload that. So that's the week. Lots of moving parts, but there is a lot of interesting and new things you'll be introduced to this week. And so I hope it's a good one. And please let me know if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much.